Hi, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel as I want to highlight for you two impactful days of January 2024 and describe more of the significance of these energies as well as what we are opening up to and moving into. So what you're seeing here on your screen is the chart for January 20th, 2024. And what I want to bring your attention to is to this lovely conjunction between the Sun at 29 degrees 53 minutes of Capricorn and Pluto at 29 degrees 58 minutes of Capricorn. So here they are conjunct. Now, this happens every year. The Sun makes its annual conjunction to Pluto, but you'll notice, of course, this is occurring at 29 degrees near the very, very, very end of Capricorn. The Sun journeys here every year, but Pluto does not. And what we're looking at is a day of really assessing and understanding the powerful, influential energies that Pluto has had on our consciousness, on our world, on our collective energy fields, on what has been transformed, especially since Pluto first entered Capricorn back in 2008. This is a day where the Sun, which is the brightest light in our solar system, filled with consciousness, warmth, heat, pulsing with life, meets up with Pluto, the planet furthest from the Sun, in the dark realms of our solar system. Now, yes, Pluto has been demoted to a dwarf planet, but in astrology, I still refer to it as a planet because of the power and influence of Pluto. So on this day, we have the Sun bringing in its powerful energy field to highlight Pluto. But this is a relational energy, of course, that goes back and forth, where Pluto is also transforming the Sun. Pluto is impacting the Sun. And when you think about how these are two energies that exist on the complete opposite of the energetic spectrum, it brings up a lot. So every day that the Sun is conjunct the Pluto energy every day of the year, it's a powerful day of something transforming. This can be through various means. But what I really want to show you here is not only the fact that this is happening at 29 degrees, which is the culmination point, the ending degree, the final impact, which is completion. The energy can be bigger at 29 degrees. It can be more powerful. It can make more of an influential signature on us. That means this can be a day of more revelations, more secrets, more hidden agendas. What Pluto has been kept locked away, withholding, and basically out of our consciousness, the Sun wants to bring it into the light of our awareness. So this is also a day of perhaps powerful change, world events, things coming up that we didn't know around maybe hidden agendas, things going on behind the scenes, behind closed doors, in the basements, in the alleys, in the attics. This is a day where the Sun is bringing that Pluto consciousness to our attention. So this is important just by itself. But here's what I really want to show you. Within 24 hours of this conjunction, both energies move into Aquarius. The Sun conjunct Pluto. Both enter Aquarius together. Now, in 2023, Pluto first dipped its toe in Aquarius in March to June, so just about 2.5 months. And then went back into Capricorn. Now Pluto is re-entering Aquarius, but here is the Sun shining a light on the underbelly, shining a light on the areas that Pluto is not comfortable with. Pluto doesn't want to be in the Sun's consciousness, does not want that bright, huge ball of light shining on his energy. Pluto wants to stay in the dark corners. Pluto is really uncomfortable in the Sun's spectrum. Pluto, again, the energy of what is deeply shifting, evolving, and changing within us is more comfortable doing it in its own manner. in the shadows, if you will, in the energy fields where there can be privacy, where things can be hidden. So we have a powerful energy shift. January 20th, January 21st, where both the Sun in Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius enter into this 11th sign of the zodiac together, and Aquarius is very different than Capricorn. So we've been looking at the traditional means of doing things, the hierarchy, the patriarchal systems, what has been really working for humanity across decades, the institutions that are in place, the leadership structures, the authority figures. This Capricorn energy, however, has needed to be dismantled under Pluto. Things have drastically changed in our world, but we haven't fully seen it yet. And when the Sun is conjunct Pluto, now the Sun is saying, look at what has been transformed. Look at what is going on. Are you awake? Are you seeing the reality of the planet, of what's happening in our cosmos, in our solar system? And the Sun wants to reveal. The Sun wants you to understand more of the deep, dark truths that are very uncomfortable, very hard to look at. They seem inhumane. They don't seem plausible. This is where we then have a discomfort within us around these energies. And we want to push things away, or we don't want to see the truth, or we don't want to acknowledge certain parts of our reality or certain parts of how the energies have shown up. Here we have a day of powerful transformational energies. And this is also, I'm going to call this a synodic cycle. A synodic cycle being when two planets are conjunct and they begin a new journey together. Well, we saw on January 20th, this is the ending of a cycle when they're both together at 29 degrees of Capricorn. It's the closing out of something big, pivotal, significant, that also Pluto will still retract. Pluto will still keep the secrets. Pluto isn't going to reveal all of his cards or everything that's been going on, but the Sun is saying, we're moving forward now. We're moving on. The consciousness on this planet needs to move forward. We have new assignments. We have new energies that we need to focus on. And yet the Sun isn't going to let the Pluto energies get away with something. There's something about this solar consciousness interacting with the Pluto energies that is meant to bring us into greater power, but you have to acknowledge truths. You have to acknowledge the real story or what's really happening in order to move and progress forward. So over these 2 days, there could be many revelations or things being announced. There could be developments here that are showing you more of what we need to see and acknowledge. And you'll notice that as the energy moves forward here on January 21st, with the Sun and Pluto conjunct, we now are seeing that the Aquarius energies are opening up further. The Aquarius assignments, and I'm going to go into that in just a minute. But something that I feel is so pivotal here is that this is a intense energy that is synergistic, meaning, yes, the Sun is shining its light on Pluto, but Pluto is transforming the Sun. We're going to have a lot of powerful solar energies moving forward. The Sun is evolving. The Sun is transforming. That's how Pluto works. Pluto doesn't want things to stay the same, but it's almost like the dark internal energies of the Sun are pulsing out and coming alive. The Sun is shifting, and then of course that affects us on our little blue and green marble. That affects us in terms of what we feel and the new energies that are working with our own consciousness, our energy bodies. This is also where we're going to be feeling new energies, and that's part of our ascension journey. That's part of our opening up to our multidimensionality, is that when the Sun and Pluto are together, the intensity is powerful and disruptive because things aren't made to stay the same. They're made to evolve and change. So there can be a lot of discomfort with this energy. As I mentioned, there can be a lot that comes up that is even stuff you don't want to look at, acknowledge, or face. But that's where you then move into the powerful force of Pluto that wants you as an individual and as a collective to acknowledge what you need to see in yourself in order to honestly see it and then evolve it. And that's the discomfort with Pluto, where no, I just want to disassociate. No, I don't want to look at that. No, I'm just going to go through the Starbucks drive-through. I don't want to think about that stuff. This is where what is happening on our planet and the energies that are at play become more alive, more clear. And we have had so many interactions of energies in recent years that I feel that these 2 days open up a whole new portal of potentials, of acceleration, of quickening, and it can be too much for us. This can be an overpowering force of energy that you're feeling. These can be a few days when there's just a lot and you're in overwhelm and you want to shut down. This is also, I feel, powerful activation for light workers, starseeds, energies that you've already been working with, and now you're realizing, I've really got to step into this power. You've got to step into it because that's probably why your soul is here in the first place, is to know yourself in a whole new way, to connect with more of your multidimensional frequencies. And as we move into these strong Aquarius energies, there's things that you're going to be working with and working through at a whole new level of your being, a whole new part of your energy field as well. So here's some key dates that I want to bring to your attention. As I mentioned, Pluto first entered Aquarius late March to about mid-June 2023, re-enters January 21st, where it stays for the majority of 2024, then returns to 29 degrees of Capricorn for about 2.5 months. And when Pluto returns to Capricorn, it makes this gorgeous, amazing connection to Uranus and Neptune. I mean, the energy around it, that minor grand trine, is phenomenal. And it shows us how far we've come, what we've been through, what we've learned from, how we've consciously shifted, evolved, trusted, grown, how the energy on our planet has changed in beautiful ways, even if we don't always see it on a daily basis. Then Pluto will re-enter Aquarius and stay there until 2044. Now, check out these dates here of how the energy of Aquarius has evolved. So we now associate Uranus with as the modern ruler of Aquarius when it was discovered in 1781. And then previously, Saturn was the traditional ruler of Aquarius. Now, both of those discoveries happened when Pluto was in Aquarius. We discovered Uranus when Pluto was last in Aquarius, which happened 1778 to 1779. That's when Pluto was last in Aquarius. We discovered Uranus. So now Pluto re-enters Aquarius 2024 to 2044. What are we going to discover out there in the cosmos now? Well, we're already accelerating and seeing so many things beyond what we could fathom. That's the energies that we're also then connecting to individually. So you're going to be discovering new parts of yourself that you couldn't have fathomed. You're like, what? That's not who I am. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't realize those are my gifts. That's part of what Pluto in Aquarius is going to open up for us. And then when Pluto was in Aquarius back in the 16th century, okay, 1532 to 1553, that's when Saturn was the traditional ruler of Aquarius. So that's why both of them are connected to being the rulers of Aquarius, the co-rulers. And this is why the energy evolves in a really interesting way, because when Pluto has been in Capricorn, well, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, right? So now we move into Aquarius, very different than Capricorn, structures and tradition and really understanding the hierarchies and what's in place. No, Uranus is like, let's just break it all up like a puzzle. Like just take apart all the puzzle pieces and create something new. Because Uranus wants liberation. It wants your authentic frequency. It wants you to be aware of the gifts you came in with and what is truly, truly connected to your soul's frequency and how that is meant to be unique. So it's almost like with Capricorn, we're taught to stay in line, follow the leader, do this, stay on this path. This is where there's a guarantee. This is where something is going to lead you to what you want, to the results you're seeking. Yes. And it's not to say that's not true. That is a truth. And now Aquarius is like, okay, but sure, let's try it in a whole new way. Let's say there's not even a path. Let's say there isn't anything clear. What do we create now? What do we create from doing something wildly different? And maybe we don't even want to stay in this timeline. Let's quantum leap. Let's go into some new energies that we've never experienced before. Let's just see what happens when we do something wildly different. We don't want the status quo. We don't want to stay where we were. Let's expand the energies beyond any bounds and see what comes up from there. And so with the Pluto themes, these are some of the main keywords associated with Pluto that we look at. These areas of ourselves, of our lives, of our world. We look at, okay, what is this Pluto stirring up in me? What is the truth? Where is the empowerment? Where's the intensity? But in order for us to get individually to any of these words or to move through this process, there's things we have to journey through. And that's all of these things over here. It's understanding that, okay, if I'm going to get to something more empowering, I have to look at my fears of what has disempowered me and reprogram that. And I've got to be strong and courageous. I've got to access new parts of my energy. I might need support. Yes, Pluto is where we need support. We need the therapy, the healers, the energy guides. We need to know, okay, maybe I can't do it all on my own. I need resources to access. I need people to tap into that will help me reframe it, that helps me understand more of what's going on within me and what I need to see in a different way so that I can elevate and I can reprogram this and I can be aware of my emotional depths and I can be aware of what I have repressed, what has been repressed for me across lifetimes. And Pluto in Aquarius is going to access multiple soul stories. Multiple soul stories, multiple levels of consciousness that you've experienced, you've lived across multiple timelines and lifetimes. And it's going to blend them all together in this crazy, intense soup of energy. And it's going to ask you to now tap into what is your frequency in this playground? What is your frequency in this lifetime? What are your truths in this reality? At this time on the planet, in this timeline, in this dimension. And Aquarius is very multidimensional. Aquarius wants you to keep it open so that you can go into this and go into that. To not assume, to not stick with what was or what has been, to not think you have to subscribe to the systems that were. Now, in Aquarius, we think of the collective, radical changes, anarchy. What happens if we're all disruptive? What happens if we're all doing our own thing? Then we're not cohesive. And so part of the Pluto and Aquarius dynamic is that, yes, there is a lot that breaks out and breaks free. It's very chaotic, especially when the energies are new. Especially when the energies are new. It's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Right? And you could feel like there's just too much going on, too much information, so much stimuli. What is the truth? What do I believe? Well, this brings in then the co-ruler of Aquarius. So if Uranus being all these things that are, wild and you're just trying to herd cats, like it's literally just like herding cats and no cats really want to be herded. Well, then you bring in Saturn. Saturn says, if you want change, you need to organize. You need to be organized. You need to understand where you're going. You do need to have a path. You need to have a framework. You need to have an objective. So here comes Saturn back in to say, how are you going to organize yourselves to move forward? How is humanity collectively going to up level, go to new frequencies, go to new places? Because if you're all cats running around, crazy, clawing on the furniture, going this way, going that way. Nothing gets accomplished. It dissipates the energy. But it's the power we have together. And of course, that opens up a whole new can of worms because we're all different. What do we have in common? Where are we similar? We have different things we believe or that we subscribe to. We have different ways we live our lives. We're meant to be different. And so it is highly likely that there will be world events that challenge the collective. There will be things that come up, whether they are real, fabricated, or conspired to create something in the collective. There are multiple agendas at play. There are multiple things going on that will distract us, separate us, keep us in disagreement. There's even a checklist of things that can be used in the collective. It's like, let's just drop this into the collective. Then they're going to start fighting. Then they're going to disagree with each other. Then they're going to write nasty comments on social media to each other. Then they're all distracted from where their true power is and what that means at this time on the planet. These are big doings. These are big themes here. And one of the most beautiful parts of this is that we have access to more of our energy, more of our consciousness, more of our truth. You have access to more of who you are in all lifetimes as a pure soul than ever before. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to use that energy in this lifetime? How are you going to open up to your path and to what is correct for you now? And it's by understanding these dynamics that we move into more of what we want to experience on this planet. Higher consciousness is the revolution. Being aware of everything at play and staying in your light, staying in your power. Being aware of your energy is actually one of the most important things we can do at this time. Knowing your energy, what does that mean? Sounds like a boring platitude. What it means is you know yourself, and you know yourself through different types of systems that show you your strengths, your gifts, your power. Of course, astrology is a part of that. Human design is a part of that. Anything that involves the specifics of your energy when you arrived on this planet is going to show you more of who you are. That also means with Pluto, those are probably going to be areas that are disempowered or attacked because of their truth. Astrology has always held truth. Religions are deeply connected to the rhythm and harmony of the cosmos. Easter is associated with the lunar cycle. Many holidays and religious practices are connected to the lunar cycle. When you start looking at that more, you're like, wow, yeah, it is connected to the moon, or it is connected to these different cosmic messages that have always held wisdom, that have also been powerfully kept away from humans. Do not let the humans have the power. Do not let them understand who they are or their energy vessels, how they are created, because then they're going to know more and step into their gifts, into their power. That's a whole topic. I won't go into that right now. We're going to stay focused on what this Pluto and Aquarius new Earth energy can open up for you. Again, you're going to have things open up in a whole new way around who you are, your soul experiences, the emotions you've been carrying across lifetimes through your energy. You're going to also tap into more of what you're here to do, of what you feel propelled to do, of how you're designed to pulse at a DNA cellular level that will be its own awakening. Feeling your body in a different way, feeling your spiritual gifts in a different way, wanting a whole different kind of life. Pluto changes signs, the world changes, and individuals change. We evolve, we transform. People are going to be going off in different directions. They're going to be changing what they do in the world, what they want to contribute. So many of you are going to rise up in your power. You're going to rise up and you're going to say, you know what? I don't care what my family thinks about who I am. I don't care what people expected of me. No. I am me. I am owning this. I am ready for this. This is what I came here to do. I'm owning me. And that's where I'm going to be of better service to humanity, where I'm going to contribute more. I'm going to help the ascension process. I'm going to have more to offer. And I'm going to be in higher alignment with what my soul mission is in this lifetime. So these are the big energies that kick off 2024. These are 2 important days of the year where the world can change. The energy is going to shift. The energy is going to shift. And you just might feel that at a personal individual level. You might feel that in something in your aura, in your body, in your intuition. You might just feel like, okay, we're on a new timeline. We're opening up into a new direction, a new pathway. It's more expansive. Again, quantum leaping. There's no walls, there's no roof, there's no floor. It's just all this openness. What are you going to do? What are you moving into? I feel like this is actually such a powerful time that it's interesting because we can feel all this and then be waiting for something to transpire in the world. And we're like, I didn't see anything happen. I thought this was a big day, Molly. I thought something was going to happen. Okay, keep in mind, it might not show up in the physical, but it's always happening in the energetic. It's always happening in the higher realms. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. January 21st, take it as a day of your intentions, of what you want to create and move into over the next 2 decades. Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay, 2024 to 2044. Oh my gosh, it's like hard to even contemplate that, right? It's even like, what? I can't even imagine. No, you don't have to make it really exponentially clear. You have to just say, I'm stepping into what I came here to do on this planet in this lifetime. That is a powerful day to declare your intentions at a broad level, at a higher level, which is Aquarius. It's the vision. What's your next vision? What is your soul whispering to you about your energy on the planet at this time? What is your soul intention? Use this energy to support you. Use this energy to accept you. Accept your gifts. Accept that you're here as part of the mosaic of humanity. Accept that you chose, you rose up your hand. You said, pick me, pick me. I'm a volunteer. I want to show up. I want to contribute to this huge transformation on the planet. I want to help extricate the old energies, the dark energies, the horrible energies. I want to be someone who contributes to the mass acceleration of consciousness on the planet. I want to show up. I'm here. Let's go. So, as 2024 begins, yes, these are big energies. They're working with each of us differently. And what I'm showing you here is part of the presentation that I give you in my 2024 Soul Growth Astrology program, where we go through more of those Pluto energies. Oh yeah, we go into all. I touch on so many topics because I want you to see what is accelerating through our communities and our connections, what's changing in our technologies, where we're going more cosmic, where we're reaching in to new parts of ourselves and expanding out into new realms of the universe. So I hope this has been a beautiful awakening experience of your journey here. And please share in the comments what your intentions are. If you're feeling something rise up and you think it would inspire others, please write in the comments below. I would love to see them. I would love to hear what you're feeling, what you're moving into, how you're stepping up. Please do so. It's very Aquarius. Let's share. Let's connect. Let's understand that we're not alone in this. We're together in this. And what are we going to choose to work on and move into together, with a connection to our highest potentials and our highest energy fields. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see some of you, many of you, in the 2024 Soul Growth Astrology program, where we also talk about the Galactic Grand Trine. Oh my goodness. There's just a lot happening that is accelerating us in the next few years. So I'll see you over there. Have a beautiful day ahead, and I'll talk to you later. I'll be back with my podcast and other videos here on my YouTube channel.